There's something in your life that you don't like and you're trying to move away from. The logical first step that a lot of people will take will be to try to embody the opposite of that thing. And you'd think that would work, right? Like directionally, when you realize you're walking the wrong way, the logical first step is to turn around and walk in the other direction and retrace your steps. But paradoxically, doing this will keep you energetically tied to the undesirable thing you're trying to get away from. I want to use decentering men as an example because we've all seen this play out perfectly with MJ Gray. Her content, which she always framed as misandrist and feminist and trying to decenter men, was basically just revolving around men because that's pretty much all she talked about. And that's the problem with intentionally doing the opposite of what you're trying to move away from. Because everything you do that's the opposite is still just in reference to that thing that you don't like. And we see a really clear example of this in astrology too. Sister signs like Aries and Libra, for instance, are opposite each other on the astrological wheel. And they technically embody opposites, but they also complement each other and they're in relationship to one another, hence the name sister signs. Going in direct opposition to something is still directly referencing that thing. And the only real way to move away from something is to create something entirely new. Using the example of decentering men, you don't decenter men by just ranting and raving against them. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that. It's always important to express your feelings. But the real way to decenter men or anything that you don't want is to center your life around something completely different. There are really examples of this everywhere. A lot of people will get out of toxic relationships and try to find a partner that's completely different from their ex, but their new relationship is still toxic, just in a different way. Because it wasn't necessarily based on authentic connection, it was based on trying to fulfill a need. I think the best way to actually move away from things about yourself or about your life that you don't like is to first take responsibility for them and accept them as part of you, which is really hard. It's a huge blow to the ego. But that allows you to stop constantly fighting it and engaging in this tug of war and back and forth with it. And once you can accept that and get really comfortable with it, it leaves you mentally free to engage with things that actually resonate with you and actually fuel you.